Buddy, long time no see. It's been quite a while since I made a video. I wanted to make this because it's pretty important in terms of the gaming future. I think that console gaming is still a standard in the industry. Typically, what ends up happening is that the chipsets used in the GPUs for the PS5 or Xbox are used and adopted and also in the computers as well. Now, PCs have always been the cutting edge in terms of hardware, but it also works alongside with console gaming as well. And console is where the biggest market is. Yes, PC gaming has its benefits, but at the end of the day, the most mainstream way to play a video game with the best performance, in the most simplest way, no setup required, is buying a console. That is not going away. There's always going to be a market, no matter what Phil Spencer thinks about how Xbox should be played everywhere and cloud, this and that. People will always buy something dedicated. Just like how Stadia tried to offer an online service, they failed for a reason. Because one, maybe they didn't have enough variety of games or something, but it didn't work. And with Xbox Game Pass right now and Xbox as a whole, PlayStation 5 is able to capitalize on the losses of Microsoft heavily. But it's not good for everybody because they're able to make cutting corners way more than Xbox. So, for example, the newest Xbox is all digital. You try to buy the most expensive thing there, it's going to be digital. And now the PS5 is copying that. So in the industry right now, they're trying to get rid of disk drives, your ability to pay, physically own your games. Something they massively advertised when they made the PS4 and they were to overturn Microsoft. Now they're just killing that feature because if this Pro version is showing no disk drive, that means the PS6, the expectation of a disk drive might not be there. We might go into fully digital gaming, and I'm just upset that what are people going to do with all the discs? What is GameStop going to do with all of its inventory? Is it just pointless now? So these are really important questions and really important trends to know in the gaming industry. This is why I wanted to make this video. So my conclusion after thinking about it is the future is all digital, where you don't physically own your games. It's on a digital storefront. This way, Microsoft or whatever company is making the most amount of cut, and also convenience. Most people don't want to be switching CDs or DVD drives, the discs every time they want to play a different game. That is changing. So unfortunately, the PS5 is trying to take that same method, and it's going forward with that. And I think it should be very concerning because, discs might be complete obsolete by next generation. But the good thing is, for GTA 6, this console will be the best for playing that game. Now, the games are very important. They'll have a balancing act of trying to maintain the best visual quality, also maintaining an FPS. There's typically this counter where you have to have two different modes. Your quality, which is the most amount of detail, along with, 30 FPS. Then you have performance, which is the most amount of frames per second, but a little more less detail. And so the balancing act is made there, and players are having to make that choice. So this PS5 Pro solves that issue of having to pick between, because it just offers more graphical power so you can have the best of both high frame rate and purely high resolution. That's what this is trying to offer. That's its selling point, because the current PlayStation 5 is a little outdated. I think it's been around, it released in 2020, and so it's now 4 years later. Technology has changed. There's new AI, there's new methods for video game development that have come into the mix. And this hardware should be able to meet those demands. And so that's what this console is made for. And for GTA 6, it'll be the best console to play it on. It's undoubtedly going to be the most intensive game, and I'm expecting bundles of GTA 6 on the PS6. So it's a good timing on Sony's end, because now this console will be given out to people who need them. And then once it's in the market, people buy GTA 6 on day one because there's no need to buy a disc. You just buy it digitally. And so that's going to be the future for GTA 6. One of the most biggest games ever, biggest franchises ever made. It surpasses almost every game. First 24 hours made $1 billion. That's not a joke. So I'm expecting GTA 6 to be the one big factor for this console. They have designed it probably in mind with maybe Rockstar, because they partnered with Rockstar. So this, whatever the specifications of this console are, it is the new standard for gaming. So if you have, a PC right now, you're looking to upgrade, think about getting a graphics card that's this powerful, because it's going to be the standard for gaming. So that's pretty much my thoughts. I'm a little upset at Microsoft, because if they offered something like an Xbox Pro, instead of trying to make a weaker console and a high powered one, just make it more powerful altogether, like an Elite. We didn't do that. And they could have made Sony be able to cut the cost and be competitive. But because Microsoft has no roadmap for a pro console, that's not a good sign. Currently, Xbox is bleeding a lot of money because they're not making money on console sales anymore. And that means less Xbox Store sales. And that means less people playing the games. And since everybody's on PlayStation now, PlayStation is able to abuse their position to cut corners and create rising costs for the industry. And this announcement shows that. That's a concern I have for gamers. But that is the current landscape of gaming, and my reaction to the PS5 Pro. I love it. I think it looks really nice. I would personally buy it. I may actually buy it. It depends on, if it is a bundle. We'll see what happens. But this looks like a nice console. Just expect there's no vertical stand, which is ironic because they promote it like that. So they'll have to get the vertical stand, which is probably like going to be $25 extra on top of the $700, which is pretty crazy. It's about the same money as like buying a gaming computer. You could buy for $800 a very nice computer, RTX 4070, yes, 32 gigs of RAM. The problem with that, it's not realistic for everybody. Not everybody in the world, in all these countries, even a kid, for example, isn't going to buy and make a gaming console. Not a gaming desktop machine. They're going to buy the console because it's convenient and it's accessible. That's where their friends are. That's the big weak position of PC. So those are the two big markets right now. PC and now PS5 are trying to be at neck and neck. And I think that's pretty interesting. But it's very unfortunate Xbox is now failing outright. But that is how gaming is right now. Sorry to leave on such a sad note about gaming, but I think it'll be very exciting for seeing the new games take advantage of the performance. I hope this improves that need to have to decide between each option. Do you need performance or do you want quality? There should just be both. And that's my opinion, and catch you guys later.